Welcome to the channel, everyone. Are you one of the thousands of Tarkovians who has heard the unheard news and currently finding yourself trying to escape from Tarkov? Well, in today's video, we are going to explore 3 titles that I've been able to play in the past month in the extraction genre. So let's get right into it. The first game we're going to talk about is Incursion Red River. Incursion Red River takes place in modern-day Vietnam. This game went into early access on April 10th, 2024. I was able to go hands-on the second day of its release, and we ended up doing a 13-hour stream, and I had an opportunity to play with the devs, pick their brains, and kind of see what their vision is going to be in the future. Shout out to Faye for lending us some time on that day, kind of giving us the vision of what this game is going to be. Currently, there's only one map in the game. This year, there will be a second map. There's also only 7 weapons currently. But in the month time that this game has been released, there's been 7 hot fixes, and those hot fixes have added some major different things that have actually helped the quality of life of the game already. And based off of their Q&A session that they did, I think 2 weeks after release, I'm very confident that they will ensure this is a great product for the community. During that 13-hour stream, I mean, they were very passionate about answering every last question that came in my chat. And I mean, there was over 1,000 views that day of new people very curious about this title. And just watching these devs be passionate about their project is super exciting. And when I learned how small the team was, it was all the better, because they are taking the time out of their hectic and busy schedules to listen to their community. And it is very, very cool to watch somebody care about their passion like that. And so they have a roadmap for this year that we can go ahead and go over right now. They're going to have one entirely new map. Currently there is Quarry, and they're also doing a add-on to that map. 7 new weapons are planned. It looks like we have a Vector, an AK-74U, and an SKS on the roadmap currently, not under question marks. There's going to be more contract types. So contracts are like the jobs of the game. And you also have challenges. Challenges are like, it'll be like headshot 5 enemies. And then your contracts are actual like jobs, like plant a bomb, do this, do that. And they're going to add more types. So that's going to be pretty exciting. There's going to be bosses, and I do remember from the stream, one of the bosses they talked about was going to have like a shotgun and be more intense to fight. There's going to be different status effects, and the animations for healing. Right now, all you can do is take painkillers, and that'll just bring your health bar up, but there's no animation of doing that, and that is something that they are talking about adding and planning on having all the animations for different degrees of healing for different status effects. There's gonna be different AI behaviors. They're adding snipers. Extreme weather. They've talked about wind and rain and like monsoon situation, being that it's in Vietnam. And then loot overhaul. As far as the loot goes, this game does not, there's not really a need to loot right now at the moment. It's just kind of, you loot to sell a few things. You have a few contract types or challenge types that have you sell specific items. That's basically the only reason to loot at the moment. Other than maybe looking for guns or attachments, but for the most part, you level your traders, you can buy those. It's just easier that way. And that is one of the cons of this being in early access. I don't want to review anything, because everything that I am reviewing is either in early access or beta. Just more of an overview. But I would say, in the current state, this game is worth what they're asking. And it helps with the development. I think it's $17 US. It was on sale when I bought it for like 13. But I do think it's worth every penny. I think it is a team that is going to work and continue to grow their game and listen to the community. And I think there's a lot of cool things that you're not seeing in other games. Like the night vision, for example, just being over your eyes, you know, and leaving like a little bit of that peripheral view is very cool, and I don't think I've seen another game do that. The gunplay feels really good. The shading, the modding, and the like, everything they did to make the guns look right has been done, and I am 100% backing this project. Even in the early access title, I think this can be fun for your friends. You know, have a night of drinking and do some co-op with your friends, have fun. I think it's a very enjoyable experience done in that light. Next on our list is Arena Breakout Infinite. If you're a fan of fast-paced competitive action, then this game is right up your alley. Arena Breakout Infinite combines the adrenaline rush of a classic arena shooter, but the modern mechanics and stunning visuals of the Unreal Engine. If I had to put two games together, I would say this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare meets Escape from Tarkov. I mean, it is just a more casual experience than a Tarkov raid. That's not to say that this isn't challenging. I spent an entire day just dying yesterday, save maybe 4 raids. But it is definitely a more casual experience. Like, you don't have to have the gun knowledge like you do in Tarkov or, Grayzone Warfare. And for some people, I think that that'll actually be a pro. I think it's much easier to jump in and out of a raid. Like, you could, maybe you lay the baby down for a nap and you have 30 minutes to play. Well, it's much easier to do that in this compared to the queue times of Tarkov. And the other pros of this is, the optimization just feels right. Like, name an issue you have with Tarkov and this feels like it fixes it. Yet at the same time, it is not Tarkov. So that might be a con. One of the other cons and controversy surrounding this title is that some of the assets are potentially stolen. So says Nikita from Battlestate Games. We're still trying to figure this out, the community as a whole. They have found matching assets, but does that mean that Battlestate paid some artists to do them and Tencent Studios also paid the same artist for the asset? We don't know yet. But that is something I feel like you should be aware of. In terms of the gameplay loop, though, I mean, it's an extraction shooter. You loot. There's plenty of stuff to look for. There's plenty of guns to find. You have challenging AI, challenging bosses, and the PvP it's thrilling, even though it is more casual. You have a map, which is very nice to find your extracts. Still on a timer, just like an EFT raid, and you have tasks to do to get your, I think it's called Coin, is the currency in the game, and get your experience up to level. To my knowledge, it doesn't seem like there's trader rep needed. It's just how you level your PMC. The more you level your PMC, the more access you have to their items. There's also a flea market that you get access to immediately. Like, there's no leveling period for that. You just have access to it. So be careful with your coin, because you will definitely spend it quickly. Other than that, this being not revamped from the ground up, being that this was a mobile game to start and they were able to completely revamp the game and put it on PC, as somebody who's not a game developer, to me feels impressive. Like I said, the graphics are good. I mean, it's definitely an Unreal Engine game. I'm not sure if this is Unreal 4 or 5. The other two titles we were talking about today are on Unreal 5. But out of the three, this definitely feels the most optimized. Being that the other two are both in pre-alpha and this is in beta, one would expect that this feels more optimized. But as a more hardcore player, a player who appreciates realism more than probably some do, I am not sure how long this game will hold my attention, just because it does have a more casual feeling experience. Like I said, it's not to say that it's not fun. It is very fun. These are just my feelings, and I want to make them known because I know that there are people similar to me and the things that I like. And that's the most honest thing I can tell you about this game. Our last title is one so many people have probably heard of. None other than Grayzone Warfare. A bunch of people got access to the beta, watched some of their favorite content creators may have gotten keys. Some of you may have even purchased this game. But we're still going to talk about it as it does pertain to extraction shooters. My honest opinion of this game is that I really enjoy it, and I do foresee this being my main game in a couple of years. In time, I think this game is going to grow significantly with updates, be more optimized, and just have a lot of storytelling opportunities as a content creator. Something like DayZ, Arma, but with an extraction element is going to be a blast. So the pros of this game are the ballistic system is very realistic. The medical system is very realistic, having to know how to gauze a bleed, or use a tourniquet, or use a blood bag, or use a surgery kit to heal a vital organ. Keeping your hydration and your food levels up just like you would in something like Tarkov. The AI is a very strong opponent, and you'll notice them flanking and trying to attack you when you can get them. And I say that because it is a open world, and damn near every time you fly into a town, there's somebody there and they've already cleared the town. This footage that you're watching now is actually some of my footage that I recorded right before I recorded this voiceover. So as I go into this town, it's recently been hit and basically nothing happens. And that's the part that sucks, if I'm being honest. Some of the queue times for like waiting for a helicopter, 3, 4, 5, 7 minutes to get a helicopter to fly out of somewhere where you are that's currently dead, or trying to get out of base, is rough. On a Friday, Saturday night, trying to play on some of these servers when everyone else is, they just run so jumpy. And it's unfortunate, but in time, I know it'll get better. There's already been 2 hot fixes. In terms of, knowing your ammo types and how you might need soft point or hollow point versus armor piercing for different cities that you're in because of the different AI and their armor levels. That is really cool, very realistic. Adds some challenge to it. Then there's the PvP aspect where you have the rival factions, and in these rival factions you have Crimson, Mithras, and Lemang Gang. You can figure out who I picked by what I just said. But those are your 3 faction options, and so if you're in one of those factions, the other 2 factions are opposing you on PvP servers, and that presents its own challenge. And currently one of the big issues is LZ camping. So unfortunately, that is still definitely going on, and they need a better way to combat it. One of the things they did change is that you can shoot your gun off the helicopter, and I have gotten a couple kills pulling into a LZ. So that's one of your problems. One of your other problems is if you're not on a 40 series NVIDIA card, you may have trouble trying to optimize your game. Now, through some of the updates, they have addressed some of this, and I'm sure in time it'll get even better. But I play on a 4070 Super, and some of my friends play on 30 series cards, and they've had some optimization issues. A couple of them were able to troubleshoot and help out and get their games running more up to standard. But it all depends. And then, not being an AMD guy, I know some people have AMD rigs, and they've also complained about some of the same things. But an open, realistic world with up to 1,000 AI and other players to worry about is incredibly fun. Being able to take out a Mosin or an M700 and just get your best sniper mission on, like, not even playing the missions in game, just doing something like that is incredibly fun. It's a great storytelling opportunity for content creators. In terms of the missions, I believe there's 150 of them, with all kinds of different things: killing leaders, killing a certain number of AI per city, going to look for various things like guns or keys, or some file somewhere that you need a key to get into. It is a hell of a lot of fun. We have squatted up and dumped probably close to 100 hours into this game already, and again, I play a lot of different stuff, so that's actually quite impressive that I have dumped this much time into a game this early on. One of the other cons, though, that I think just like Incursion, there is going to be a limited amount of content at the moment to hold players. Right now, the looting is just not there. It is not a main feature of the game, and you can tell with some of the items that you're trying to pick up, it's not quite there where it needs to be. I'm sure in time and updates it'll be a lot better. I do believe this next update they're doing is adding night cycles and hopefully nods. Again, hopefully there'll be an optimization with that. I know they're adding more weapons, and hopefully, the AI will be even better.
Hoping somebody will come by with.
But that's something that you should be aware of, is early on, these are going to be your limiting factors with this game. The trader system with the vendors, you can level your traders just like you would in Tarkov, so you have something to continually fight for. All of my traders are level 2. At level 2, I felt pretty gratified in some new items that I was able to purchase, and definitely felt like there was a reason to keep coming back to the game and keep me satisfied with the content. But I do know that some content creators have already expressed there's not enough content in it for them, so that'll kind of be up for you to decide. But your entry point into this game is $35. There's other editions. There's a supporter edition for $100. There's I think there's a $45 version, a $55 version, and a $65 version, all with different cases or items that you would start with and kind of make your journey into Lemang a little bit easier. So that pretty much wraps our video for today. If you guys wouldn't mind going down to comment and telling me what game interests you out of the 3 that I've chosen, or if you don't like any of them, tell me why. And if you have another title that you would like me to check out, go ahead and write that down below. I hope you guys have some good information passed down to you, and that you enjoyed the video, and we hope to see you back. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button. Those both help me greatly fight the algorithm and help grow this channel. It is my goal to provide you with great gaming content, as well as showing you new games that are coming out that interest me and I think would interest somebody like you. And if you like Twitch, I'm on Twitch 5 days a week. It's at twitch.tv/themetalgunner94. Come check me out. Have a laugh with us in the community.